Anyway, overall, a very, very solid team win for the Redskins. That puts them at 5-6, which is obviously nothing to write home about. But again, I may be the only dummy in here. I think in a lot of ways they control their own destiny because if they get to 10 wins and don't get in there, you just tip your cap. But I think 10 wins is definitely
I quibble
doable.
with the way that you say they're in the mix. I don't know where this came from. We get these articles in this notebook that the producers prepare for us. And it has the AFC playoff picture and the NFC playoff picture. By the way, the AFC is abysmal. If you don't think the Patriots and Steelers are going to face in the AFC Championship,
looks that way.
The Titans, Chiefs, Jags, and Bills are in right now.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Anyway, in the NFC, it has the playoff picture. It doesn't even list the Redskins. That's how much they've been disrespected.
I believe they're 11th in the current NFC standing.
It has the six teams that would be in, and then it has in the hunt Seattle and Detroit.
Right.
Because they don't even have the Redskins in the hunt.
Because they're not really.
Well,
now in 2 weeks, they could be.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're in the hunt in the sense that
they're not eliminated.
They're definitely not eliminated. They still have a shot at 10 wins, and I think every game on their schedule is winnable. Do I think they're going to win them all? Not necessarily. It's going to be every week will be a challenge. Even Dallas, who's reeling right now, is going to be a challenge, division rival on the road. It's going to be difficult. And I believe the Redskins' defense is the reason why they've dug this hole, right? Because they've been largely awful. But they do put together efforts at times, and Thursday's game was an example of that. It was a very, very solid effort against, a woeful Giants team, but it still counts.
True,
it
but
still
the
counts.
Giants,
they had a great defensive
Giants
effort.
The week before scored 12 in an overtime game.
They had a great
13.
defensive effort against the Seahawks
like
just a few weeks ago. So what they are is sort of hit or miss, and you never know what you're going to get.
I think it just depends on the opponent. Like I don't think it's so much hit or miss. I think we saw a trend over a month of where the defense really is, and them decline rankings. Now they move up because they play the Giants. Look, the Giants can't score against anybody.
It's almost impossible to lose to the Giants. You got to play really bad.
Well, at halftime, we were right in the middle of it, and Kirk throws the pick six. It was 10-10. I mean, that game could have gone either way.
I get it, but it's over 60 minutes. It's hard to lose to that team.
But the defense has had their moments. Obviously, when they held the Raiders to 10 points, that was kind of the highlight of the season for them. But you got to give them credit, I think, for what they did against the Rams. And look how good the Rams are. What they did against the Seahawks and what they did against the Giants. They've had 4 or 5, maybe 4, pretty solid defensive efforts. So, listen.
Did they shut down the Seahawks?
Well,
I feel like Russell Wilson put up some numbers in that game.
Doesn't matter. Held them to 14 points.
Final score, yeah.
They held them to 14 points. That's all that matters. So, listen, I'm not high on the defense, but every once in a while they put together an effort. And I think you have to give them credit for what they did on Thursday. And I don't know. Can you play the positive HTTR, the effing winning HTTR for me, please?
He's been playing that all show.
Not enough. Because here we are. We're in week 12. And we're still effing relevant, Cakes.
Still in the mix.
We're still in the mix.
Need to stay on the heater to stay relevant, though.
And I don't know, for some reason.
In the hunt, but they're in the mix.
They could be irrelevant on Friday morning.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Right. They're teetering
because if
on
they
it.
go 5-7,
they're the most relevant 5-6 team I've ever seen.
They are. Because every game is winnable the rest of the way. That's all. That's not saying they're going to. They could lose them all.
Because six game winning streaks in the NFL are common.
They're not, but the Redskins have done it in years past. They've done it in this decade a couple times.
It is the softest schedule in the NFL.
I've never seen a softer 6-game stretch. I've just never seen one.
The statistics bear it out. They have the easiest schedule remaining in the NFL. So maybe there are more people like you optimistic. We can throw it out to callers. 800-636-1067. After the Redskins win on Thanksgiving, are you more optimistic that this team can make a run? Can you actually see a Redskins run leading them into the playoffs? 800-636-1067. They've got the reeling Dallas Cowboys next on Thursday Night Football. And then they got 4 winnable games after that. Chargers, the Giants,
Broncos, Cardinals.
Those are dog teams. The problem is...
Don't forget the Giants again.
I just don't think the Redskins are that good. It's great to think that they're good, but I remember what happened with the defense against the Vikings. Case Keenum carved them up. Now, he looked good again on Thanksgiving. He's looked good pretty much all season.
All he does is look good.
Yeah, all he does is look good. But Case Keenum carved him up, and certainly Drew Brees did down the stretch. And Kamara and Ingram as well.
Yeah,
I wouldn't expect Dak to do that this Thursday. I might expect Phillip Rivers to do it in L.A.
Especially out there.
I think that Chargers
That's going to be tough.
Going to be difficult. Every one of of these games is going to be difficult, but it couldn't set up better for them.
All right, we'll take your calls next. Are you feeling what EB is saying? That the Redskins are in the mix, in the hunt.
We are!
800-636-1067.
Right there!
He's just trying to find some silver lining.
No, I just feel it. I feel it.
Jason, they disrespect the Redskins.
Yeah,
They didn't
that's-
put them in the hunt.
Because they're like 11th.
Well, because we have to do our part, but our part is doable. Our part is doable. You didn't think that in the middle part of this
He's
schedule.
preaching what the Browns were
I
preaching
just don't-
last week. The
I don't
Browns were
think
still in
it's-
it a week ago.
I don't
in
think
the
it's
AFC.
doable to win 6 straight
We've done it before. We did it in 2012.
with healthier teams.
Okay. I think
don't-
it's remarkable.
I don't think it's
what this
possible.
team has done is remarkable considering their health. And I'm encouraged.
The 6-game run at the end of the season is never expected. So, I mean, their head coach, Mike Shanahan, basically punted the season.
He quit
and all
on
of a sudden
them.
they went on a run.
Yeah.
He
definitely-
tried to give it up.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.